We live. To Jermaine Jones, yes, we'll be taking questions and answering any comments. Just write them in the chat, all right? Concert. Shalom, shalom, shalom. If everyone can hear us online, type in 1, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. If you can hear us, type in a 1. If you cannot hear us, type in a 2.
They can't hear you.
Good night. That was funny.
I know you're used to it, but you gotta be careful. That's like a psychological question.
This is Let It Be Known, episode 4.
Oh yeah, we live, right?
We
Animal
live.
Sign Christ, get a load of hand, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We out here, let it be known. You know what I mean? We out here trying to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We know that we represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming to 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. I'm preaching over to 5,000, Shalai Yala. You know what I'm saying? I'm joining me, of course. It's preaching over to 5,000, Karab. You know what I mean? And of course, over here is my man, Asharga Pun, preaching office of 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Representing the headquarters, man. You know how we do it. All right, let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? We already know the oppressor is the devil.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? We already know that. The oppressor is the devil. We got a few topics that we want to go over, a few articles we want to bring out and talk about real quick. You understand? Go ahead.
All right, I believe the first thing we want to talk about was the Ahmaud Arbery trial, sir.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's familiar with the Ahmaud Arbery trial. Those 3 oppressors got found guilty. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. You know, we got a little pinch of what they call justice. You understand? In this wicked, disgusting, stinking society that we live in. You know what I mean? So they got a little bit of justice and all of that. So so to speak. You know what I mean? But I guess what it's going to come down to me is to the sentencing. You know what I'm saying? Like they got found guilty. Now what? What they gonna get? 3 years? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Black folks. We're gonna want the death penalty for them for what they did. You know what I'm saying? We'll see about that. But to me, I think it'll still be a spank on the little spank on the hand. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or spank on the wrist, as they say. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be nothing too heavy. This is just what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got found guilty, but this is still the white man society, and they did the work of a white man, which
Right.
is hunt down, stalk, and kill a black man who was minding his goddamn business. You understand what I'm saying?
They basically drove down on him, chased him in the vehicle.
Chase him down. You know what I'm saying? Black man didn't want to speak to them, didn't want to be bothered with them, didn't want to deal with them. He kept on about his business. And you can't be an unarmed black man out here jogging, you know what I'm saying, or running around or whatever you choose to be. You can do backflips on the goddamn shit if you choose to. But in society, being a black man or an Hispanic man or Native American man, you are asking for trouble just walking down the street. You know what I mean?
Especially if you don't want to comply with the white man's questions or
Right.
orders.
Yeah, right. Not the police officers, but just the white man alone. You know what I'm saying? They felt the kind of way because he didn't want to talk to them. You know what I mean?
Right. If you could just turn the mic down a little bit, like the little
Yours?
static. Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's good.
God, they didn't want to. They felt offended that the brother didn't even want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, of course, the attitude of the disgusting, filthy oppressor. You know what I mean? So all right. So they got found
Right.
guilty. Well, we'll see how that turns out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We'll see how that turns out. It is what it is. That's just one guilty out of millions and millions that have murdered and slaughtered our people.
Right,
man.
right. And if I could, if
Please,
you're
go
done,
ahead, brother.
If I could, I got a scripture to go with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jeremiah 8:11, if I could,
Uh-huh.
when you get the chance, Ashar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah 8:11. Just turn the mic up just a little bit on my part. Not that much. There you go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get in the scriptures where it describes what happened and what our oppressor does. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, the scripture always tells you what's going on in the world. You got it?
Jeremiah 8:11.
Yeah, Jeremiah 8:11. When you get the chance, read it.
Got it. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11.
Right?
Uh-huh.
For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly.
Right. It's saying, for they have healed the hurt of my they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly. So it's like, they heal us slightly. You know what I'm saying? They give us these judgments and justice, little justice. Like, all right, yeah, we know he did wrong. Here's a little trinket. We'll give them life for 3 oppressors. But when they go out there, they murder the whole town. They go out there during the whole Black Lives Matter movement and gun down everybody, not just blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He's gunning down his own brother and getting away with it.
That's right.
But once in a while, what happens? Read it from the top.
They have healed
They
the
have
hurt.
what?
Have healed.
Listen, they're gonna heal us from time to time.
That's right.
They're gonna heal us. All that screaming and yelling, they don't want you revolting. They don't want you coming together because they don't heal us. So it says, for they what?
For they have healed the hurt
Right.
of the daughter of my people slightly.
Yeah, they're gonna heal you slightly. They're not gonna heal you back to full strength. They're gonna heal you slightly where you be like, listen, we got justice this time. Remember the OJ case when he won? What happened? Woo! He got off. We were celebrating this and that. OJ won for all black people that time.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That was a slight heal for us. Because you gotta remember, during that case, who died? A Jewish man died.
Uh-huh.
A Jewish man died. What was his name? Something Goldberg or something like that?
Yeah, the white boy.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, the one that was that got killed with the
right,
broad,
and the
right?
neighbor. He was in
Yeah,
the side
I forgot his
house.
name. Yeah,
Something Goldberg, whatever the case is. He was
Goldman.
Goldman, right.
Something Ron Goldman. Or
right.
something,
Yeah,
garbage
that
like
sounds about right. Ron Goldman or
Ron
something like
Goldman,
that.
some
But
garbage.
the point is, listen, a Jewish man died and someone got off. Just think how the Jewish community is. Someone harms the so-called Jewish community. What happens? They come out as one, get all the lawyers, and they try to beat and win the case. OJ got off by so-called they think that he murdered Nicole Kidman and whatever this Ron Goldman, whatever his name is, he so-called got off. And what happened? It was amazing for black people. So guess what? The your brother right here, was it Ahmaud
Arbery.
Ahmaud Arbery? Listen, the people, we won on this. It's a slight hill for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians because you felt like, listen, they heard our voice for once. You know what I'm saying? But keep going, Ashar. What else does it say?
It says, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
Yeah, listen, they say peace, peace when there's no peace. That's the oppressor. He wants to make it seem like everything is fine, that it's so peaceful that we're going to give you this decision this one time. Peace, peace. But in his heart, he knows, listen, the next time a black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian get gunned down, it ain't going to be no peace. That person is going to win. That oppressor, he's going to win next time. And then, it's funny, we have an article to bring it out later, but listen, you ain't going to always win. You're not going to always be healed by your oppressor. And it keep going. What else does it say?
Right.
It says, verse 12, peace, peace, where there is no peace.
Right.
Verse 12, were they ashamed when they have committed abomination?
Yeah, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Were they ashamed when they ran out down on our brother and shot him 3 times with a goddamn shotgun or assault rifle? Were they ashamed when they killed Eric Garner? Were they ashamed when they killed Mike Brown, Sandra Bland? Were they ashamed?
That's a good question. I mean, were they ashamed to celebrate Thanksgiving?
Right.
No, it wasn't a shame. They conquered. You know what I'm saying? They murdered and took and stole. You know what I'm saying? There's no being ashamed in this oppressor. You know what I'm saying? There is no such thing as being ashamed. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Then ashamed in nothing, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, listen, it's letting you know, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Remember, this is letting you know, this is abominations that they kill. It's an abomination to kill a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, when you are a heathen, man. You are a child of God, and somebody that is dirt and nothing has committed goddamn abomination. It's letting you know that, were they ashamed when they did this? Were they? Are they? Keep going. What else it says?
Nay.
It says no. They weren't ashamed. They're never ashamed when they kill an innocent black, Hispanic, a Native Indian man, woman, and child. They're not. That's why, guess what? That's why they have to heal you so slightly. They have to heal you slightly because guess what? If they don't, you will finally realize that they're not ashamed. That the abominations they do when they kill blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what's going to happen? You're going to realize that their acts against us is treason and abomination. So because of that, it's letting you know, for they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed an abomination? It says, nay. Keep going, Ashar.
Nay, they were not at all ashamed.
Right, they were not at all ashamed because you know why? Go ahead, so you want to say?
No, just saying, not even a little bit.
Right, not. Listen, it says not at all.
If I may,
because
they have so much pride in their heart. You know, they believe that we're supposed to still belong to them as property. They believe that we shouldn't be walking the streets without permission, without like we went over yesterday for your class, sir, about Thanksgiving. They believe we're supposed to be presenting them some type of paperwork saying that we can walk freely out in the streets.
That's right.
Right. So it says neither could no. They have not at all ashamed. Listen, they're never ashamed. You know how they're not ashamed? Because they make holidays after us.
Right.
They make laws after us. They make goddamn minstrel shows after us. They make goddamn money after us. You goddamn know that we picked so much cotton during slavery, got to the point these brothers, not brothers, these devils was making trillions of dollars, man. Trillions of dollars. You might not think so, but listen, I have proof in my records that we're gonna bring out soon that brothers and sisters, listen, this oppressor was making trillions in dollars during the 1800s, man. It might sound crazy, but that's how much cotton we were picking, to the point they were making trillions of dollars. Don't be dismayed. How you think all these buildings and skyscrapers and railroads and planes and jets and space stations, where do you think all this money come from? It came from us being slaves. They were making trillions of goddamn dollars, and you ain't make a goddamn penny. They are never ashamed for what they've done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Ashar?
Yes, and if you're not watching already the ISUPK Long Island classes every Saturday from 7 to 9, you're missing out on great information.
That's right.
Because 2 classes ago, when we were going over the scary myths and haunted houses,
Right.
and haunted things amongst Black and Hispanic and Native American people, we learned that off of one slave owner, he paid 1/4 of the entire state's taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the government is not going to stop collecting taxes.
Right.
The government is not going to have any shame whatsoever if they still keeping and making that money every single day.
Right.
Yeah,
Keep going,
absolutely.
because we got
Concept.
others. What else it says?
Neither could they blush.
Right.
Therefore shall they fall among them that fall.
Right. Listen, therefore shall they fall among them that fall. Listen, they're gonna fall just like how we fall, basically, man. We fall down. Guess what? You're gonna start realizing the devil is gonna start dying from gun violence too. He's gonna start dying from police officers too. He's gonna get pulled out the car and he's gonna be questioned. Where's your license and registration? Where's your gun license? It looked like you are a robber. It looks like you've been coming from doing something
That's the
illegal.
description.
Right? Yeah, you match the description. It's gonna be some time and justice is gonna be looked upon you. You're gonna be like, God damn, white people are getting stopped now.
Mhm.
They're gonna start racial profiling a white man with a slit back and a suit and a briefcase. They're like, listen, you look like you extort money. You fit the description that blue collar crimes. Listen, he's gonna start going to jail. But there's something important. Let's drop down to verse 14, though. This is about us. Let me get to the point.
Go on, sir. Jeremiah 8:14.
Right?
Why do we sit still?
Yeah. Now think about all he's done, the abominations. He's not ashamed. He doesn't even blush at the matter of killing us. So the Lord wants to know what, Ashar?
Why do we sit still?
Yeah, why do we sit still? Why do we sit still and watch ourselves get killed, man? Why do we sit still and watch our brothers get choked out? Now, the Lord is not telling you to go out there and seek revenge. What is he telling you to do, Ashar?
Assemble yourselves.
A what?
Assemble yourselves.
Black people need to do what?
Assemble yourselves.
Hispanic people need to do what?
Assemble yourselves.
Native Indians need to do what?
Assemble yourselves.
Keep going.
Con.
And let us enter into the defense cities.
Uh-huh.
And let us be silent there.
Right.
For the Lord, our God, have put us to silence
Uh-huh.
and given us water of God to drink,
Uh-huh.
because we have sinned against the Lord.
Listen, and we sinned against the Lord, man. That's letting you know we need to get together in silence, man. We're too busy up there rallying and going around doing this and that, trying to fight for justice. Well, vengeance is the Lord, man. You know what the Lord wants you to do? The Lord wants you to assemble yourselves together, stop sinning, start loving your brother like you love yourself, and start observing these high holy days, man. And then and only then, guess what? Your oppressor will start feeling embarrassed and shamed for killing you. He start realizing, oh my God, I killed a child of God, man. I'm scared what the Lord's going to do to me. I'm scared that my whole family might die because I brushed the hair of a little black girl during a school trip. Or she's riding her bike. She tripped, and I didn't help her. God help my soul because I didn't help that little black girl or boy who fell off a bike. Listen, man, we need to get ourselves together, man, silently, not loud and black and proud and Black Lives Matter and don't stop, don't shoot. What they be saying? They said something.
Hands up.
Yeah, hands up, don't shoot. Or they be saying something else. What was it? Something that I remember Farrakhan said.
So
something or else. He said something. I forget what it was, but
no
it was
justice, no
basically
peace. And
yeah,
who knows?
right. No justice, no peace. And guess what? We are not doing nothing. We can't do nothing. So all we could do as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is come together and serve your God, man. Come together and serve your God. And guess what? Then that was the only time you find peace, like it says in the scripture. But that's all. That's all I want
You
to say real
come
quick.
most high in Christ. You know what I'm saying? And everything you're saying is super heavy. You know what I mean? But just to go back a little bit, there is no, feeling sorry, no remorse or nothing with these oppressors, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why this white privilege is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? If they felt a certain kind of way and it was remorseful or sorry or whatever, it wouldn't be no white privilege. You know what I'm saying? But this society is built off the the oppression of our people and built off of the selfishness and greed of this oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Now you can just look at Kyle Rittenhouse for an example. You know what I'm saying? Now black folks is like, yeah, that's a white problem. You know what I'm saying? That's between them crackers and them devils and it was, it was a white problem. You know what I'm saying? But it also was a smack in the face to so-called Black America, brown America. Had a white boy shot, killed 2 people. He got charges dismissed as far as his gun charges and bringing that gun over state lines and being too in the habit, so on and so on. That got dismissed and thrown out. You know what I mean? He went on scot-free. It shows you that this society is built off white privilege. You understand? Now, let's say there was a black man or an Hispanic man, or a Native American man that was walking around with an illegal gun, and in self-defense, he murdered or killed someone or some group of people because his life was in danger, even though he had an illegal gun. Everybody knows that black man will go to jail. Everybody knows. You understand? Everybody know that Hispanic man, Latino man, Native American man, he would go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Because he used an illegal gun to defend himself. Illegal gun, by the way, to defend himself. That white boy went home scot-free. No trouble, no nothing. Went from crying to smiling
Fake
and all of
crying.
that. You know what I'm saying? Fake crying to really smiling. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull up the article of the brother. You know what I'm saying? There's an article of a brother who was in a situation to where he had to defend himself. He had to defend himself with his legal gun. You understand? With his legal gun, he had to defend himself. And this brother is incarcerated to this very day. You understand? He didn't get on the stand and fake cry. He's not home, relaxing, enjoying the holidays, so-called holidays, whatever this garbage that just passed. He's in prison, or he's incarcerated. You understand? Let's go into this article. Read the title and let's get with it.
This is from BuzzFeed.news. Written on the updated was written on November 23rd. A black man charged with murder said he shot at a group of white teens in self-defense.
This black man is charged with murder because he was defending himself against a group of white teens. Now, let's just go into the article. You understand what I'm saying? He's saying I was defending myself against these white folks. Now, if he's defending himself, that means they were being some aggressive, some kind of way to where he felt like he had to defend himself. You understand? He defended himself, and guess what? He's charged with murder. Go ahead and read.
For Kyle Rittenhouse, George Zimmerman, and others in high-profile homicide cases, claims of self-defense led to acquittals.
Now, do you hear what that said? George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, they claim they defended themselves, and it led to acquittals. You know what I'm saying? It led to that. Not guilty. You can go home and enjoy your life, and sell the gun that you killed your prey with. You can sell that gun and get thousands, hundreds of thousands, almost $1 million. You know what I'm saying, for that pistol. You understand what I'm saying? The society that we live in. Go ahead.
Will the same be true for a young black man?
For a young what?
A young black man.
A young what?
A young black man.
Remember that, y'all. A young black man. Your father, your son, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, yourself. Young black man. We say black, we talking about all the tribes of Israel. You understand? Keep going.
Will the same be true for a young black man who killed a white teen
Who
in
did what?
Georgia? Who killed a white teen in Georgia?
Oh, he killed a white teen in Georgia. Let's see what happened with this black man. Keep going.
Around 1 a.m. on June 14th, 2020,
Uh-huh.
21-year-old person
This is a kid. He's 21 years old. Go ahead.
who is black,
What's his name?
Mark Wilson,
Mark Wilson. Go ahead.
and his 21-year-old girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
Emma Rigdon,
Now, he had a white girlfriend. We know that's horrible. We know it goes against the Bible. Yet and still, this is a black man. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, sniffing cocaine, selling cocaine. That's all against the Bible too. This brother got a white girl, which he should not have, but he got a white girl. Nevertheless. Yet and still, he's a brother. Now let's see what happened to this brother and his pet. Go ahead.
and his 21-year-old girlfriend, Emma Rigdon, who is white, left a Taco Bell in Statesboro, Georgia.
All right, so they're in Statesboro, Georgia. They're leaving the Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? They're going out, getting some of them old tacos. You know what I mean? Some Dorito shell tacos or something. Who knows? But that's what he's doing. Go ahead.
At a stoplight, they pulled up next to a pickup truck.
Hold on now. You know them pickup trucks in the South got Proud Boys, KKK written all on it.
Confederate flags.
You know, yeah, you know they got that. That's just white. Those are white thugs. We know that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what that pickup truck in the South seems to represent. White thugs. All right. Let's see what these white thugs decided to do. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. At a stoplight, they pulled up next to a pickup truck.
Uh-huh.
Wilson's lawyers
Mhm.
say that at least one of the white teenagers inside the truck shouted the N-word.
So he's sitting at the stoplight and you hear nigger, or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? And they really was fueled when they seen him sitting with that white girl. You know they don't like that. You understand? So somebody called him a nigger, or whatever the case may be. That's common. Go ahead.
And your lives don't matter.
Yeah. So hey, nigger, your lives don't matter, referring to the Black Lives Matter movement. You understand what I'm saying? Now we're not for Black Lives Matter. We're not against Black Lives Matter. It means nothing to us. But it means something to the society. So, nigger, your lives don't matter. That sounds like a threat. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading.
Wilson later told police that the teenagers in the pickup truck swerved in front of him.
Try to knock him off the road. You understand? Try to knock him off the road. Now, mind you, he's minding his business. He's with his little white dog, minding his business though, getting Taco Bell, and at a stoplight, he's called a nigger, told your life don't matter, and then they attempt to knock him off the road. Go ahead.
Tried to knock his sedan off the highway
Off the highway. Go ahead.
and threw an object that impacted the car with a loud sound.
Now they threw something at the car, so they say. Could have been a shot. Who knows? Threw something at the car, and after they swerved into him and knocked him off the road, they're attacking this man on the highway. Attacking him, putting his life in danger. Go ahead.
That made him think, and this is what's important,
Uh-huh.
because this is what all self-defense cases are based on, especially with police officers.
Right.
Made me feel I was in fear.
This is brother Mark right?
Mark Wilson.
Mark Wilson. This is what he's saying. Go ahead.
That made him think
Uh-huh.
they might be shooting at him.
He's thinking they must be shooting at me because something hit his car with a very loud impact as they're swerving and trying to get him off the highway and saying his life does not matter, nigger. Keep going.
Wilson pulled out a gun
Uh-huh.
and fired out his window at the truck.
Now, instead of him swerving off the highway dying, instead of him taking the rest of the shots that he thought was being fired at him because he had a loud impact against his car, after being threatened, letting him know that his life don't matter, you nigger, he decided to pull out his handgun. Illegal gun? No. Cross state lines with the gun? No. Was walking down a crowd of people with his gun out? No. Mind his business getting tacos. And he pulled his legal gun out and decided to defend himself
And his passenger.
and his passenger. Right. He decided to defend himself. And what did he do when he pulled that gun out? Go ahead.
And fired out his window at the truck.
He fired back. He fired back at him. He defended himself. Go ahead.
The bullet struck and killed 17-year-old Haley Hutchinson.
Now, oh boy. Oh boy. A young white girl got killed now.
Right. That's the
That,
problem
that-
now.
that bullet hit the young white girl.
Right. The young Sarah.
Yeah, here we go now. Little Karen got hit and killed. Even
By a
though
black man.
by a black man. Even though that little monster was in the car with a bunch of nasty, disgusting racists. You know what I'm saying? As they try to swerve off the road, swerve them and knock them off the road after throwing something. I'm sure the driver didn't throw it. Maybe she threw it. Or maybe she looked off a shot. Who knows? But she was with the disgusting bastards, which I'm sure she agreed on their points. You understand what I'm saying? So he defended himself, and little Karen got hit. What was her name?
Haley Hutchinson.
Little Haley Hutchinson,
It don't- it
aka
don't
Little
get much-
Karen.
It don't get that much white than that.
Yeah,
Haley.
Haley Hutchinson.
A big hick name.
Yeah, she got hit. She died. Now we're not advocating the death of anybody, but sometimes it's the wrong place at the wrong time, and sometimes it's the right place at the right time. And unfortunately, Haley, little Karen Hutchinson, got hit and died. Keep going.
Who was sitting in the pickup's back seat.
Uh-huh.
Prosecutors charged Mark Wilson with felony murder.
With felony murder. Like he planned on going out today and killing some white folks. Like he planned on, like he said, I'm looking for Haley Hutchinson. Oh, there she goes. And he went and killed her. He was minding his business getting tacos. Keep going.
And aggravated assault.
And aggravated assault. I guess for the rest of the devils that was in there. Go ahead.
Which carry a maximum sentence of life in prison.
Oh, he's facing life. This happened back in 2020. He's facing life in prison for defending himself with his legal gun. Defending him and his passenger. Both of their lives. You understand? With his legal gun, he decides to defend himself. He's facing life in prison. Go ahead.
I was about to say so, and they make no mention of the crimes of these devils in the pickup truck.
They who knows? Maybe they're probably not charged or anything. They're probably not charged. Let's continue with the article. Is there more?
Concert. And the possibility of the death penalty.
Oh, he might face the death penalty. Keep going.
Wilson claims self-defense.
Of course, he should, rightfully so. Rightfully so. He should claim self-defense as these white folks chased him down like they chased Ahmaud Arbery down. But in this case, this black man decided he wasn't going to keep riding on. He decided to defend himself. And sometimes I sit and think, what if Ahmaud Arbery decided to defend himself? It'd be better for him to be sitting in prison defending himself than to be a corpse, man. You understand? To be a corpse. This black man decided he wasn't getting hunted down. They wasn't going to hunt his steps, as the scriptures say. He decided to do something about it. He decided to stand up and represent his life. He licked off a shot at him, rightfully so. And that shot got their goddamn attention. You understand? In the UPK, we don't advocate violence, but we sure do advocate self-defense. And this man decided to defend himself. Just like Breonna Taylor's boyfriend or husband and that we recognize him as, he decided to you understand? And there's nothing wrong with people defending themselves. You understand? Keep going real quick.
Me and my girlfriend were very scared that night.
Uh-huh.
Wilson told police later that week.
The police said all the time how they were scared. How they got all types of the whole Batman belt on.
Right.
Handcuffs, mace, billy clubs, guns.
The goddamn utility
Yeah,
belt.
they got a big utility belt.
Right.
You understand?
And
they
only use one feature.
yeah, bulletproof vests, all of that. But they be so scared to death of an unarmed black man that they kill him. So this black man who's being attacked and threatened, he was scared. So he defended himself. Go ahead.
According to detectives' testimony,
Uh-huh.
everything going on in this country, I'm not going to let me and my girl get run off the road.
He's not going to allow it to happen, rightfully so. Even if he is with that little devil, that devil dog, rightfully so, he still should defend himself. Go ahead.
Wilson was denied bail.
Say what?
Wilson was denied bail.
Wait, hold on a second. I know Kyle Rittenhouse and the white boys that killed Ahmaud Arbery. I know they wasn't arrested immediately and all of that. I know they had some time to think about it, talk about it, and all of that. You mean to tell me he got locked up immediately and was denied bail?
Right.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
And Kyle Rittenhouse, not only was he allowed bail, he was in bars allegedly drinking and having a good time.
He was in a country club.
Yeah, throwing up the white power sign.
Oh yeah, he was having a good old time. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this black man who's defending himself, he's incarcerated with no bail, which means he's staying there. He's staying there until the trial comes.
Right,
until the trial's over.
Proven innocent when it comes to us.
So he's staying in there. Let's see if that changed. Keep reading.
Wilson was denied bail because Ogeechee Judicial Circuit Court Judge Michael Muldrow concluded that he poses a significant threat to the community.
If you're a black man and you decide to defend yourself, you are a threat.
Right.
You understand? You're an absolute threat.
Right.
Black man, Hispanic man, we encourage you. Go ahead and be a threat if you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself. When you're just not bothering anybody, you're getting tacos,
right?
And you decide to go home, and now you're a threat to society because you decide to defend yourself when you were minding your goddamn business.
Right.
You understand? Give me some more on that.
He remained in jail 2 months later when a police officer in Kenosha, Wisconsin, shot and injured Jacob Blake, a black 29-year-old, sparking protests in that city that drew armed counter-protesters and Kyle Rittenhouse.
You understand? He was in jail during all of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to forget about Mark Wilson, who defended himself. You understand? Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse gets to go home. He gets to go home. He's sitting on his couch. He was sitting on his couch then, sitting on his couch now, in bars, throwing on white power signs. Meanwhile, Mark Wilson, who was defending himself for minding his business and eating tacos, he's sitting in jail right now. You understand? Sitting in jail right now. Go ahead.
A white 17-year-old who fatally shot Joseph.
You could drop that. We know exactly who that devil is. Give me Isaiah 59:7 real quick.
Right.
You understand? You have to understand we're dealing with an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? An absolute oppressor whose mind is set on destruction and death. He's no different from a lion, a bear, a tiger. You know, he feels it's absolutely no different. Absolutely no different. You know what I'm saying? He's an animal. He's a beast. He's disgusting. And there's only one thing on his mind, and that's death. Give me Isaiah 59:7.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil.
Their feet run to evil. That black man, Mark Wilson, was minding his goddamn business, getting tacos, driving down the highway, not bothering anybody, and their feet ran to evil. They ran to this black man and say, nigga, your life don't matter. Which means if life don't matter, that means they're going to head and kill him like an ant or a roach or a fly or a bug or a spider or something. Because their feet run to evil. They love evil. Go ahead.
and they make haste to shed innocent blood.
That man, Mark Wilson, he's an innocent man. He didn't do nothing, but they were willing to shed his blood. You understand? They were willing to shed his blood. The three devils that got convicted in the Ahmaud Arbery. Guess what? Their feet ran to evil, and they couldn't wait to shed that innocent blood. You understand?
Right.
They couldn't wait to shed innocent blood. Kyle Rittenhouse, he took an illegal rifle, crossed state lines, went up in the crowd of people with this illegal rifle. You know why? Because he was haste to shed some innocent blood. He couldn't wait to shed some innocent blood. Keep going.
Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity.
And that's all they think about is sin. That's all they think about. That's all that's on their mind all the time, every time. And these devils that we're talking about right now, that's what was on their mind. Nothing but sin. Nothing but death and destruction and hurt. That's all they was thinking about. Keep going.
If I may, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because what else would make you or possess you to want to run someone off the road?
It's in their spirit. It's in their spirit. Just like they ran Ahmaud Arbery off the road. You know what I'm saying? It's in their spirit to do that. Go ahead.
Wasting and destruction are in their path.
That's all they know. Everywhere they go, waste and destruction is in their path. When it was on the path of that highway, waste and destruction is going to happen because they're on it. That street Ahmaud Arbery was on, waste and destruction is on that street. You know why? Because there's an oppressor on that street. You understand? Waste and destruction was at that protest. You know why? Because the white man is there. So there'll be some waste and destruction because they're there, and that's all they know. You understand? Feces stinks. You understand? When you can smell feces, like, oh, it smells like something. It smells like feces in here. That's the white man's spirit right there. There's nothing. Funk comes from that white man. I ain't talking about literal funk. I'm talking about that waste and that destruction. That every time he's around, that's what that is.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
The way of peace.
The way of what?
The way of peace.
Say it again.
The way of peace.
The Native Americans were full of peace. They are loving people, accepting people, are helpful people. They ruled this land. You understand? They were peaceful people. Go ahead.
They know not.
They don't know about no peace. Because if they knew peace, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving. If they knew peace, Ahmaud Arbery wouldn't be dead. If they knew peace, Mark Wilson wouldn't be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Breonna Taylor would be alive. There wouldn't have been no such thing as slavery. It wouldn't be none of these terrible, horrific things a part of that's in history. They wouldn't have took place.
Right.
Because they don't know peace. They don't know that black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, woman, and child.
Right.
They don't know peace. Everybody needs to understand that this oppressor is the devil.
Right.
Keep going.
And there is no judgment in their going.
You understand? There's no judgment in their goings, man. That's why, man, you understand you're dealing with a beast, man. You understand? Dealing with an absolute beast. These articles we're bringing out and everything else should highlight the fact that you're dealing with an absolute monster. There's no getting along with them. They just tolerate you until they get hungry. That's all. They tolerate you until they get hungry. You say, oh, I got white friends. You don't got white friends. You have a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
That's what you have. You have a boa
Lion.
constrictor. And when he gets hungry, he's going to put pressure around your goddamn neck and eat you whole.
Right.
You understand? You want to say something, Karal?
I was gonna go into another scripture, but what you said is true. A boa constrictor, not only that, he's gonna wait till you're sleeping. He's gonna wait till you're not paying attention, and you're gonna wake up with a body of the goddamn beast on you, choking you out until you die.
Right.
And if I may,
yeah,
the thing about snakes, right? When they see that the prey is bigger than them, they'll starve themselves. They'll get hungry.
Right.
They'll lose the weight. So that way they can be able to fit the prey and devour the prey completely.
That's right. Yeah. Ooh. That's why they say the oppressor, to be a professional, the oppressor is the most subtle beast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
right.
On the goddamn planet. You know what I'm saying? A snake will starve itself so he can fit your big black ass in his mouth. You
Right,
understand?
right.
Salakia. Go ahead, Joe. What you want to say?
You want to say something, Shaw? You can go.
You want a scripture, right, sir?
Yeah, come on. If I could, real quick, let me get Job chapter 10, verse 7. Job chapter 10, verse 7, because there's something about this scripture that's important that happens to us today. And the thing about it is it's twofold, you know what I'm saying? But when we read it, I'll explain it. But when you get the scripture, go ahead and read it, Shaw.
Job chapter 10, verse 7.
Right?
Thou knowest that I am not wicked,
Right?
and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand.
Right, all right. So remember, Job is talking to the Most High right here. He said, "Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver me out of thy hand." Now, the thing about this, while this is twofold, on the right hand side, this is talking about the Most High and Job. But on the left side, you gotta remember, we think the oppressor is a goddamn god. We think he knows everything. He gave us life. He gave us a religion.
Right.
He gave us he basically told us how to shoot a gun, what it's like to have rights and this and that. He groomed us to be this way. So just think about you saying this question to your oppressor. He's saying what, Ashar?
He says, thou knowest that I am not wicked.
Yeah, so we would say to him, like, you know I'm not wicked. You know I don't go out there and just kill people. You know we go for walks and this. We don't even pollute the goddamn ocean. You know black people love collecting bags. You remember that, right? Well, not in New York no more, but I'm pretty sure other places black people put bags inside of bags, inside of bags, inside of bags, and put those bags in the goddamn closet. So you know black people ain't destroying the goddamn ocean with plastic. We're caring people. We're loving people. As much as people think we're gangbangers and pimps and whores, we love everyone.
Come.
We don't hate nobody. We invite everyone to the goddamn picnic, to the barbecue. You can come to any black church and be welcome. Where you try to go to a white cathedral or a white Roman Catholic church, they're going to look at you. Have you been baptized?
A synagogue. Try going into a
Right.
synagogue.
What are you doing here? Is your father a Jew?
Right.
You can't just walk into anywhere else. But with black people, you could do everything you can. If you understand the goddamn slang and language and music, you're welcome to hang out with us. You got weed, guess what? You could chill with all the black people in goddamn Brooklyn. A white boy could walk through Brooklyn and say, I got weed, y'all. And he's going to be the funnest white man out there. He's going to be loved. He's going to be he remind me of my friend Joshua on the job. But what it says, Ashar?
It says, thou knowest that I am not wicked.
Yeah, thou knowest that I'm not wicked. We tell that to the oppressor on the left-hand side. Thou knowest that I'm not wicked. Keep going.
And there is none that can deliver out of thine hand.
Hey, listen, there is none that could deliver me out of thy hand. So I'm scared of you. It's because we have to go to you when there's a problem. But you think I'm a goddamn terrorist. You think I'm a super predator. You think I'm a monkey, a nigger, or a young buck? You think I'm all that above 3/5 of a man? So if I say I'm defending myself because you know I'm not wicked, you know I don't just go out there killing any old white girl, because we don't do that. We rather shoot Johnny on the block before you shoot Sam jogging down 125th. You gotta serve crack to your sister before serving crack to that little white girl with the baby in the baby stroller. You gotta do that. You gotta sell to your own people before you do anything wrong to the oppressor. So it says, there is none that can deliver out of thy hand. Keep going, read verse 8.
Yes, sir. Job chapter 10, verse 8.
Right.
Thine hands have made me and fashioned me together round about. Yet thou dost destroy me.
Right. It says, Salaki real quick. It says, thy hands had made me and fashioned me together round about. Listen, the so-called oppressor done raised us up to be how he want us to be, man.
Right.
He raised us to be Christians. He raised us to be
Good slaves.
good slaves. He raised us to fear God. He raised us to fear not God, but white Jesus, man. He feared us to fear him. So it's saying that thy hands have made me and fashioned me together round about.
Yet thou dost destroy me.
Yet thou dost what?
Destroy me.
Listen, yet he destroys us. Yet we come for him for everything. He does what?
Thou has destroyed me.
Right. Listen, we come for him for shoes, water, cars, money, welfare, EBT, but yet,
Thou dost destroy me.
listen, and that's how he is, man. He made us the way he wanted us to be. He made us to be good slaves. He taught us about shooting with AKs and M14s and Uzis. Where you think we got that from? Our oppressor, man.
Right.
Don't think we got that from each other. We didn't know how to shoot guns from each other. We was watching Scarface and Goodfellas and Godfather. We got
Casino.
that from We got that from them. We learned our so-called evil ways from him. We learned how to gun down from him. It says that thy hands have made me and fashioned me together about. They fashioned us to be the so-called person we are today. But with all that, he knows that we're not wicked. He knows that we're good people. Like I said, he knows that we love everybody, but he knows that we hate each other. That's the problem. He knows that we hate each other. And because of that, it's saying, yet thou destroy me. He destroys me because he fears you, man. He fears you because from the day where you stop being like him. The day you stop being like him and be a child of God, to start being a goddamn Judite, a Benjamite, be an Ephraimite, an Iskarite, be a Manasseh, Naphtali, be a 12 tribe of Israel. The day you start acting like that, that's the day he's gonna realize you're gonna be in thy hands. I mean, he's gonna be in thy hands, man. He's gonna depend on you to do something like, please don't kill me, Shalayala. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, Kwak. I'm sorry I did this. Please don't let my son go for the atrocity he did. He didn't know it was your son. He didn't know that was your daughter. Please give him a low sentence. And in that day, he's gonna beg for mercy, like how we always beg for mercy. But that was it. Go ahead,
Concern.
Asaf.
I wanted to add on to that with Hosea chapter 4 and 6, right? It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, right? These law, statutes, and commandments have been around since the beginning of time. We've had them during the time of Adam. We've had them during the time of Noah. Moses was able to get them written down and so on and so forth. And since 1969, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana has been trying to teach Black, Hispanic, and Native American people real knowledge. The knowledge of these scriptures, the knowledge of their history, the knowledge of the crimes that were committed against our people throughout history. And we still refuse to receive this knowledge.
Right.
Our people still refuse to think that white people are evil.
Right.
Our people still refuse to the idea of maybe we do have enemies that we need to protect ourselves from.
Right.
We want to accept love unconditionally from everyone. We don't care if you beat us, spit on us, torture us, kill us, murder us, rob us. As long as someone says, I'm sorry, or it was an accident,
Right.
we're
That's
quick
right.
to forgive. We're quick to forget about the lynchings that happened. We're quick to forgive about all the Pequot Indians that were slaughtered just to start this disgusting holiday called Thanksgiving. We're quick to forget about all the Mexican children that have been put in cages on the border. We're quick to forget how Barack Obama helped orchestrate the Operation Fast and Furious, where they were selling marked guns to the cartels in Mexico and tracking them to see if they came back to the United States. We're quick to forget all of that. But we're also quick to forgive our enemies.
That's
we're also quick to forgive those who murder and crucify us.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That's the soft, tender spot that Black and Hispanics have, even though in the Native Americans, of course, that society tried to paint us as savages and gangbangers and this, that, and the other, which is far from the case. You have to be a very nice race of people to have your whole goddamn neighborhood gentrified.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You understand? To be gentrified. And as I'm saying this, pull up that next article about that disgusting, filthy, stinking cop. You understand? Let's pull that up and let's keep talking about the nature of this beast. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be a loving people, a loving nation, to have people gentrify and take over your neighborhood. You understand? To live in a neighborhood, excuse me, for 30 plus years and you have nothing in the neighborhood. And when I say have nothing, I'm not talking nothing materialistic. Used to be a point in time where you can go to the store and say, my mom said, let me get some milk and she'll pay you back later on. You know what I'm saying? You used to have a tab at the corner store. Just pay the tab when you get it. Now you can't do that. Now these Arabs ain't letting you do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These Asians ain't letting you do that. You understand? We used to have love in our neighborhoods, man, amongst each other. And then we started showing love to these other nations. Our neighborhoods went to garbage. You understand? Our neighborhoods went to garbage. That's how cocaine got in our neighborhood, by loving too goddamn much. Heroin and crack got in our neighborhoods. And now they got this weed out there and all of that, which we're gonna go into that too. You know what I'm saying? That all this love that we have for everybody else destroyed our community. You know what I'm saying? But when we had love for each other, we was thriving and striving, man, moving along. You understand? Now we got corrupt cops like this bastard we about to read about, patrolling our neighborhoods, running our neighborhoods, scaring OGs half to death. You know what I'm saying? So-called gunners and shooters run when they see this man coming. Well, let's see what kind of beast this really is. Read what you got.
Rapist.
Say it
Both-
again.
Rapist.
Say it again.
Rapist.
The oppressors are what?
Rapist.
These heathens are what?
Rapist.
Go ahead.
Baltimore officer
Uh-huh.
has prison sentence suspended.
Oh, say it again.
Has prison sentence suspended.
This rapist, and he's a Caucasian, by the way. You may not be able to see it on the YouTube and thing, but he is an oppressor.
Anthony Westerman.
What's his name?
Anthony Westerman.
Anthony Westerman.
Baltimore, from the Baltimore Police Department.
Yeah, Anthony Officer Westerman. His prison sentence was suspended. He's a rapist, and his prison sentence was suspended while your father is still in prison for crack in 89. You understand? Your brother and your mans and all of that, they still in prison for cocaine from 2005.
Sir,
Please.
there's brothers in prison right now for an alleged rape
Yeah.
who've been falsely accused of rape
Yeah.
and have to stay in there 20, 40 years
Yeah.
and just wait another 5 years to be exonerated from
Yeah.
that rape.
Absolutely. We just read about Mark Wilson. There's black men that was defending themselves locked up. Khalif Browder, that wasn't suspended. It was, oops, we got the wrong person. You can go ahead home.
After 3 years.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And more than half served in solitary confinement.
You understand? Officer Kawak, go ahead, bro. What you got to say?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Turn it on. Is it on?
Khan, sir. Salakia, if I may. It says rapist Baltimore officer has prison sentence suspended.
Suspended.
So
Not
Is-
reduced.
is this saying that he was in jail already and then they deaded his sentence, or
We're going to see. We'll see. We're going to see if he was there and they said, all right, that's enough. You can go home.
That's
or-
crazy.
Yeah, you sentenced to this. All right, forget it. It's suspended.
Or,
We'll see. Uh-huh.
if I may, sir, cause you know that on certain charges there is time, how much time you're
Time
supposed to
served.
do
Yeah,
on those charges.
right.
So is it saying like if you got rape in first degree, it's like 8 1/3 to 25 or 25 to life, right?
Uh-huh.
Is it saying that that's suspended?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Or maybe he did a little jail time and he was like, we're gonna count it as time served. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We're gonna get into the article and see what's going down. Go ahead, Karab.
If I could real quick before we go into the article, the brother online, was it Jermaine Jones? Real quick. The brother online,
Go ahead.
Jermaine Jones, asked a question real quick on Hebrews 9 and 13. I'm gonna answer it real quick. Hebrews in chapter 9 talks about Jesus Christ, so-called Yahushua in the Hebrew, being the mediator for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because remember, we go through it through Christ, because we was so-called divorced from the Lord. So because we're able to come back through Jesus Christ because he's the mediator. He talks for us to the Most High. But your question here, right here in Hebrews 9:13, when it's talked about the blood of bulls and goats and the ashes sprinkled and unclean, it's basically saying that if those things could make us clean again because we were unclean from the Levites, what can the blood of Jesus do when he dies for us? That's basically what it's letting you know. And then when you read verse 14 and 15, it gets into that about Christ being the mediator. But that was it. I just want to answer that brother's question. If he needs me to answer it more, go over it. Well, I'll go over it later. But continue with the
Yeah, most
article.
on Christ. And look, let me tell y'all something out there in the chat. We definitely appreciate you viewing and watching. You know what I'm saying? We in regards to the questions, you know what I'm saying, you can ask whatever you really want, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely want feedback from what we're reading, from the articles we're going over. You know what I'm saying? This is the Israelite School of UP Canada Command Junior High. We have a scripture breakdown class every Thursday.
From 7 to 9.
And we can get into all of the deep stuff, all of the everything you want to know. We can go into that scripture breakdown class and get the answers you need. This is not a scripture breakdown class. You know what I'm saying? We have topics. We want your feedback and questions on these topics. You understand what I'm saying? But we do appreciate your feedback, your comments, your likes, your shares, your views. We definitely appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? But let's make sure we don't veer off to the left. You understand what I'm saying? So any other questions that's needs an actual scripture breakdown that's not pertaining to what we're talking about, save that question for the Thursday class and really get down in it. You know what I'm saying? That's a scripture breakdown class show, but we appreciate your questions. You understand? Now let's get back to this cop, this disgusting, filthy, rapist, oppressive cop. Let's read the article again from the top.
Rapist Baltimore officer has prison sentence suspended by judge claiming he caused no psychological damage.
So his rape victim, he said, "Look, I know he raped her. I know, but there wasn't no psychological damage. They seem normal. They're functioning in society." You understand? See, this is where your molesting uncle got this mentality from this devil. You know, he can molest you. Or Miss Shirley, that babysitter that used to play with you, and all of that. This is where they got that from. You understand? This is where all of that came from. Can you understand what I'm saying? Is this oppressive feels that he can rape you and molest you and do things to you, and there's no psychological damage. He can enslave you. He can kill you and call it Thanksgiving, steal your land, steal your culture, steal your language, steal your identity, and say, "Hey, look, what's the problem?" You know what I'm saying? They seem fine. Why? You know, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? This is their attitude that they can do these things. And we're going to look at it right now in this rapist. Go ahead, keep reading.
A police officer in Maryland who was convicted of raping a woman after offering her a ride home from a bar and for assaulting another woman has had his prison sentence suspended.
Now, he done took a woman from the bar. A true predator. Wait until she got nice and drunk. You know what I'm saying? See how drunk you are. And listen, I can give you a ride. Let me give you a ride home. Don't go with him because he's crazy. I can drop you off. I'm a cop. Look, here's my badge. Look.
You can trust me.
That's right. I'm here to serve and protect. You know what I'm saying? And he took her home, or took her for a ride, or took her whatever the case may be. And he did what to her? Is there more?
Baltimore, and for assaulting another woman has had his prison sentence suspended.
Go ahead.
Baltimore County Circuit Judge Keith Truffer ruled to suspend the majority of police officer Anthony Westerman's 15-year sentence on Friday.
Suspend 15 years. For what? What did he rape the woman? He raped that woman that he took home? You understand? He must have raped that woman when he took home. You understand? Go ahead. Scan through to see what he did to her.
Salakia, sir, this is crazy because it says he erased the 15-year sentence, right? Not for the rape, but for the psychological damage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could just go rape. The judge is saying. The judge just said, I don't care about you raping anybody. As long as they mind is still good and they not going crazy,
Should
you
be. It's
good.
okay. It's all right.
It's all right.
She was drunk anyway. She asked for it. You know that term. She asked for it. You understand? She asked for it. Either way, he already has some sexual assault stuff going on before. He obviously has a problem. Obviously has an issue. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously got an issue. And as you can see, you know, he must have did something to this woman. You know what I mean? Let's keep reading the rest of the article.
Concert. It says, in October 2017, Westerman assaulted a 22-year-old woman and was convicted in August on 2 counts of second-degree rape and other charges relating to the attack.
So he gave someone a ride home. Go ahead.
He was also convicted of the second-degree assault of another woman in June 2019.
So this is a Baltimore cop who got convicted twice for sexual assault?
For rape.
For what?
Rape.
Say it again.
Rape. 2
Convicted.
counts of second-degree rape.
Rape. You understand?
On one, that was just for one person.
That's one person.
Concert.
That's just one person. He got convicted of rape.
Found guilty.
Khalif Browder, they thought he took a book bag and kept him in jail, solitary confinement, going through all types of hell. For years, they kept him there. And they thought he took a book bag. He was convicted of rape. Tamir Rice was playing with a toy gun as a child and got gunned down by a grown cop. You understand what I'm saying?
Found guilty on the spot.
On the spot. You understand? There's so many other things that this society has done to us.
Right.
You understand? And he got his sentence suspended after being convicted of rape.
Right.
Because the judge said he caused no psychological damage.
Right.
There was no psychological damage.
Right. And if I could real quick get this scripture, let me get Proverbs 14:12 real quick. Proverbs 14:12, because remember, remember, people, we're talking about the devil, man, the so-called oppressor. He don't give a damn what's going on, and it is something he thinks about. It's something he does. And when you can, shall read the scripture.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12.
Right.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
Right. There's a way that seem right unto a man. There's a way, like these men out here, these devils out here, raping a woman, raping multiple women seems right to them. It seems right to let their brother off because of rape. Because why? There wasn't no damage to her psychology. Physically, she might be harmed physically, but mentally, she fine, man.
Sir, I'm a cop. Who you gonna believe?
Right, I'm a cop. You want to come home with me, or you want to go home with that thug? You see that? We got niggas running around here. You see them, right? They might take you home and rape you. While he's about to do the same thing. He's about to do the same thing. Whereas, and I said before, they knew how we are. And what?
Right.
We were going. A black man driving a white woman home, we gonna make sure that white woman get home. You know why? Because we know what will happen if she doesn't get home. We know what will happen knowing that the last person who drove her home was a nigga. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna hunt you down. They're gonna hunt your mother, your father, your grandma, your son, your daughter, your wife, till they get to you. And what they're gonna do? They're gonna throw you in prison in the hole. Why? Because you raped the white woman. Right. They've been doing it for years, right? They lie, and what they do? They come break into our houses. They lynch us. They hang us. They murder us. So what you think gonna happen if you Uber a white girl home and she don't make it there? That's the thoughts we have. But guess what? Sally goes in the car with a police officer because of the badge, and she feels I'm gonna make it home because this is my brother. And in his mind, it says what?
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
Keep going.
But The end thereof are the ways of death.
But the end thereof is the ways of death. The end for him is death. She's gonna die in the end. He knows automatically. Once she step her 2 feet in the car and close the door, she don't know the child lock is on. She don't know that she's gonna absolutely not be able to go home tonight. I'm gonna go there and make sure I had fun tonight. She's gonna be raped. She's gonna be molested, and guess what? She's gonna be another number on the goddamn board for me. And I know I'm gonna get off. You know why? Because the judge is just like me. The prosecutors is like me. The defense people are just like me. The jury out there are like me.
Mhm.
We all say what? What does it read from the top? Shall we all like what?
There is a way which seemeth right unto a
We
man.
all feel this is right. We all know it's right. You know why? Because in our history, we've been raping, we've been molesting, we've been kidnapping, we've been taking over countries, we been manifest destiny. We've been doing all of that, and because of that, it seems right unto men. But keep going.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the end thereof is what?
The ways of death.
Is the ways of death, and that's what happens with our oppressor. Anything that goes back to him, it leads to death.
Right.
It leads to death. Child support, guess what? It leads to death if you don't have brotherhood, man.
Come on.
EBT, it leads to death if you don't have brotherhood or sister. You know how? You want to know how EBT can lead to death? Let's say you make over $50 the limit of how much the EBT is supposed to be. You just made $50 more than you made last year, and looks, the guy pulls up the file like, I'm sorry, man. You make $50 more than you did last year. This is gonna be your last month of EBT, or your last month of what's the other one? Right, SSI. This is your last month because you're making a little bit above your means. Where $50 can't even get you a goddamn Happy Meal nowadays, man. You can't fill up your goddamn car with goddamn $50 nowadays. But to the oppressor, everything is led to death with him. But that's it. That's what I want to say on that. Talakia.
Find Christ. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know, the oppressor in the society is built for us to fail. And for us, in our failure, that's their success. You understand what I'm saying? The black and Hispanic man, Native American man's failure is the white man's success. You understand what I'm saying? This society is filthy and disgusting and dirty. And we just seen how this white privilege is real. You know what I'm saying? This white cop got convicted of rape and got his sentence suspended. Meanwhile, black man, you sitting in prison. Meanwhile, Hispanic man, you sitting in prison. You understand? Because you sold a little bit of drugs. You ain't raped nobody. You ain't raped no children. You ain't sip a Mickey in somebody's drink and all of that. You ain't do all of that. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't do that. You sold little drugs. You know what I'm saying? You had maybe had a gun on you because you was scared. This white man can go out there and rape because it's in his blood to be a rapist. It's in his blood to be a rapist. You understand? To be an absolute rapist, it's in his blood, man. And we got to understand that. We got to remember that, man. It's disgusting and filthy, man. Let's go. Let's move on real quick for time's sake. Let's get to the next article. What we got?
Concern. Fentanyl laced marijuana.
Oh. This might be touching some spots right here. Did you say the weed?
Fentanyl laced marijuana.
What kind of marijuana is it?
Fentanyl laced marijuana.
Oh, that fentanyl. Hey, listen. They putting something in your weed.
Sir.
Uh-huh.
Fentanyl of the amount of just 2 grains of salt. You know how small salt is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, for all of you guys who have salt at your house, your iodized salt in the red and white shaker thing, whatnot, take 2 grains. Those 2 little small little dots, specks. Imagine if those 2 specks were fentanyl, that's enough to kill you. Just those 2 little dots, those 2 little pieces of salt, those 2 little minuscule amount of salt grains is enough to kill you if it was fentanyl.
You understand? That's crazy. And we see that fentanyl killing. You know what I'm saying? They list this cocaine, this heroin with that fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? You see that's going on now. They're lacing the weed. that sticky, icky. You know what I'm saying? All of that, whatever that girl, whatever they call it now. You know what I'm saying?
That granddaddy perp is now called granddaddy death.
All of that.
Because
And
that's
say,
what
oh,
you're gonna
this is
be.
what they're doing now. They're putting fentanyl in the marijuana as you go into the dispensaries, and oh, it's legal now. We can burn it down on the streets and all of that, and you happy and all of that. You feeling good now because you can get as high as your dumb ass want out in the streets. Guess what? They're putting fentanyl in that weed now, so your blunt might kill you. You understand? Don't be surprised to start putting that in Newports. Y'all niggas love Newports. You know what I'm saying? Don't think they're gonna start putting in these cigarettes and in these Black and Miles either. They're gonna start putting it in there and killing you.
It only takes 2 grains, the size of salt.
Yeah,
Just two
that's
little-
it.
two-
Just two little specks. And let me tell you this, dummy. You think in your stupid, dumb conspiracy theory mind, the white man, they following us through the vaccine. They inserting chips inside of us. They putting a chip to follow us around. Let me tell you something. This oppressor don't need to follow you around. They know you're going to the weed spot. They know you're going to sniff cocaine and pop pills and get high and stupid and dumb because Future and Little Uzi Squirt and everybody else or whatever these rappers' names are, because they told you should get high. And Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Megan with the knees and all whatever, whoever these people are, they're telling you should get high, you know what I'm saying, and be on demon time and all the rest of this other filthy, disgusting garbage that's out there. So they don't need to follow your dumb ass around anywhere because they know what you're doing. They know you're getting high. They know you're living this a sinful life against your power. You know what I'm saying? They know that already. They know that already. So now you know what they're gonna do since Snoop Doggy Dogg is telling you to smoke your blunts and get high and YOLO and all the rest of this garbage. They'll put fentanyl in your weed now, dummy. So your high dumbass can die now. That's how they're gonna get you through the drug music you listen to, through the movies you watch. Promote this be free hippie lifestyle. You understand? Now you're gonna pay for it and die. And they're gonna make sure of it. And they're gonna lace your weed with fentanyl. Read it again from the top, please.
Fentanyl laced marijuana.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
Eyed in dozens of Connecticut overdoses.
Say it again.
Eyed in dozens of Connecticut overdoses.
Dozens of Connecticut overdoses. Go ahead.
Possibly the first confirmed case in the U.S.
Oh boy. You hear that? Go ahead, Kawhi. What you got to say?
Yeah, right here.
Bring it on out. Huh?
It's funny it says Connecticut because I just had a client that I brought up here, right, in Harlem, 112, and her son just got robbed in Connecticut because the guys is on fentanyl and pills and K2, and he trying to start his own clothing business, and he got a new car, and they broke his windows and took all his brand new like $3,000 worth of clothes that he just made to sell.
Good night. Good. Did you hear that what Kawak just said? Kawak's always in the middle of something, ain't he?
Yes.
You sure you always got the scoop, brother? Something you want to tell us?
Call him the word. What's the word?
What's it? Go ahead. What's the word? Kawak. We're gonna as the show progresses and we get better over here. We're gonna have something called What's the Word? And Kawak is gonna have the word. Straight from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So as Kawak's talking about this drug use and robbery, you know what I'm saying? Kawak know it all. Give Kawak a hand. He is outside. You know what I'm saying? He's outside in the UPK, boy. You know what I'm saying? Uber confessions. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But as the brother said, you know what I'm saying? Brothers are robbing and getting busy out there in Connecticut, man. All in Bridgeport and New Haven. Big up Officer Karayala. You know what I'm saying? Big up Officer Karayala, who is the camp leader over Connecticut, man, doing a hell of a job out there, getting all up in the gutters and the cracks and the crevices of Bridgeport and New Haven and Hartford and Stamford. You know what I'm saying? All parts of Connecticut. He's out there representing, doing what he got to do under Commander General Yohana. You understand? And this is just another, unfortunately, this is just another plague that's on his plate. You understand? That we got to go out there and combat and fight. But this fentanyl and this marijuana is something heavy. And we got some cases out in Connecticut. Go ahead, keep going, brother.
Health officials in Connecticut are issuing a warning about fentanyl-laced marijuana, which is being eyed in a rash of overdoses throughout the state. Since July, 39 overdoses requiring the use of naloxone for revival have been reported. In each of the cases, the person involved said they had only smoked marijuana, but officials said they exhibited opioid symptoms. Yes, sir.
Now go ahead. Go ahead.
A cluster of cases was reported in October in Plymouth, though officials say incidents have been dispersed across the state. A lab test of some of the marijuana used in one of the Plymouth cases confirmed the presence of fentanyl, a potent and potentially deadly opiate.
You understand? This seems to be the new wave now. You know what I'm saying? Even with the K2 and also the garbage. You know what I'm saying? This seems to be what it is.
Well, Salakia said Jeremiah Hyman had a powerful class about 2 weeks ago. You know, when he was in Philly. You know, talking about drug addiction and that demon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we've seen us as Black Hispanics and Native Americans. We've seen so many of our friends, loved ones, relatives, our boys, you know, our ex-girlfriends, you know, all types of people close to us die of drug overdose, and how that greatly affects us. So for those of us who are still using drugs that we know our loved one just died from, are still drinking alcohol heavily, knowing that our grandfathers and aunts on the reservations drowned themselves to death in alcohol, you're just chasing the demon to die.
That's right.
And now fentanyl is here to finally give you what you've been chasing, which is death.
That's right. Absolutely, man. And that's a terrible thing. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 Peter's 5 and 8 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what situation in life or what's coming up in life, the solution is always in the Bible. And you're not going to know this because your filthy, disgusting, stinking pedophile pastor is not going to tell you that.
Right.
And your low down, dirty deacon is not going to tell you that.
Right.
You understand? And your bend over bishop is not going to tell you this either.
They don't make money if they told you the right thing.
It's not enough. You understand? They're not here to fix the problem. They're here to, you know, rub some Vaseline on your bullet wound. You know what I'm saying?
Tell you it's okay.
Yeah, and that's all. As you continue to bleed, so they can stay busy. You understand? They're not here to help you or heal you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And move and raise you up and move you on to be a better person. That's not what this is about. You understand? But the solution is in this Bible. And if you really want to learn this Bible for real, take it from the men that know firsthand. You have to get into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
And this ain't no country club either. You can't just come in here and you just, you know, pay some money or fill out an application and you get down like that. You're gonna have to really serve the Lord. You're gonna have to be in the spirit of the Most High God, or want to be in the spirit of the Most High God, just like them white boys that paint themselves blue and go out in 6-degree weather to the Giants game and put G's and I's and A's and N's and T's and S's on their goddamn fat chest and go outside and just woo to the Giants. They in the spirit of that team. Well, you have to be in the spirit of the Most High God in the Israelite School of UPK. You understand? That's how you obtain some type of place in the Israelite School of UPK. You have no choice but to serve the Lord, and that's what we're doing here. You understand what I'm saying? Give me 1 Peter 5 and 8 real quick.
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. Be sober.
Say it again.
Be sober.
You have to be clear-minded. You know what I'm saying? If your Christian pastor told you this, if your nana taught you this, your mama, your daddy, your big brother, the OG on the block, and this, that, and other, if they told you this, if they really loved you, they would tell you to what?
Be sober.
If they really loved you, that's what they would tell you. Be sober. Be clear-minded. You can't be clear-minded and be an addict and be addicted. You understand? You cannot be sober-minded and think clearly and make clear decisions. You understand? If they really loved you, they would tell you to be what?
Sober.
And go ahead.
Be vigilant.
And be vigilant. What's the definition of vigilant? Look it up, Kawak. Look up vigilant, Kawak. Look up the definition of vigilant. Matter of fact, you got a Shar? Somebody get it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get it real quick.
Alexa, what is the definition of vigilant?
The adjective vigilant is usually defined as keenly watchful to detect danger, wary. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for vigilant.
Alexa, stop. To be watchful for danger.
Absolutely. You got be aware. You know what I'm saying? Be aware. You know what I'm saying? Still pull up the dictionary word, please. Baba Kushah. I like Lexa. You know what I'm saying? Good. You got it, Kawak? Hold on. Get that mic. Let's not short the people. They need to hear it.
Vigilant, keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties.
That's what Alexa said. To be vigilant. To be a vigilante. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Be vigilant. Watch out for danger. Smoking weed is dangerous. Fentanyl is dangerous. K2 is dangerous. Cocaine, heroin is dangerous. Shrooms, acid, e-pills, Molly, it's dangerous. Go ahead, Kawak.
Vigilant, carefully noticing problems or signs of danger.
You understand? You got to know that this is signs of danger. When you see that Caucasian man, that oppressor, you should be aware of danger. You understand?
It's like it, sir.
Go ahead, please.
But you can't be vigilant when you're not sober.
Right.
When you're smoking fentanyl laced weed, first of all, you were never watching about danger to begin with, because you're smoking the weed.
Right.
You weren't watching out for danger when you're popping Molly and ecstasy and Percocets and sweating. You weren't watching for danger.
No.
And you damn sure not going to be watching out for danger when you're high.
Right.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You have to be clear-minded and be aware. You understand? You got more, Kawak?
Con, vigilant, alertly watchful, especially to avoid danger.
There you go. You understand what I'm saying? It's all the same thing in so many different and so much different verbiage. Give me the definition of adversary.
One more.
Get the definition of adversary. Go ahead.
And you also can't be vigilant when you're dead. You lost that opportunity because you didn't want to be sober.
Right. You understand? And what you're saying is absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. That is the goal of these devils and demons out here, is to kill you.
Right.
You understand? I want the definition of adversary, but you don't got to hold it. When you get it, hold it. Read that scripture again from the top.
1 Peter 5:8. Be sober. Be vigilant.
Be clear-minded. Be watchful. Go ahead.
Because your adversary.
Say it again.
Your adversary.
Because your adversary. Go ahead.
The devil.
The who?
The devil.
Your adversary, the devil. What's adversary mean, Kawak?
Adversary, one that contends with, opposes or resists an enemy or opponent.
A what?
Enemy.
A what?
Enemy.
Enemy. Is that microphone on? I don't know if it's on.
It is.
Enemy.
It's what?
Enemy.
Your adversary is your enemy. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it says. Read it again from the top. I like to drill it and brand it into your spirit of what's going on. Read it again.
Be sober.
Be clear-minded.
Be vigilant.
Be watchful of danger.
Because your adversary.
Because your enemy.
The devil.
The who?
The devil.
The European man what?
The devil.
The cops what?
The devil.
The Russians.
The devil.
The Germans.
The
devil. Jewish.
The devil.
The Asians.
The devil.
The Arabs.
The
devil. Africans.
The devil.
Go ahead.
As a roaring lion.
They're like roaring lions.
Right.
You understand? They're like roaring lions looking for something to eat. Go ahead.
Walketh about. Seeking.
Doing what?
Seeking.
Looking for. Go ahead.
Whom he may devour.
Looking to kill somebody. And that's what they do all the time, every day, all day. You understand? All the time, every day, all day. I'm going on the definitions, the water co-op. You understand? And that's what they do. Look for something to devour. And that's what they're doing now. They're gonna let you think Snoop Diggity Dogg is all about love and peace and joy and smoke weed and love life and kumbaya. Really, they're trying to kill you. You understand? They're trying to murder you and kill you. Share this right here with me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna murder and kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan. You can take the co-op. They're gonna murder and kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. Their plan is to devour you. And that's why they put fentanyl and marijuana, because your dumbass thinks it's okay to smoke loud and get high and get perks and all the rest of this garbage that's going on. You're stupid, you're dumb, you're not sober, you're not vigilant, you're the white man's sucker. You understand?
First Peter 5:8 is also a cut to the Christian church, because as we just read and we reading out these definitions, and the definition for adversary is a enemy, and the Christian church teach you to love your enemies. You understand? So it's like, even though the scripture says it, but
Yeah.
it's the enemy of your people.
Yeah, they
right?
twist it up. They twist it up about loving your enemy. And this is the thing what Christians be forgetting. You mean to tell me we got enemies, but God love everybody? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And they don't tell you who your enemy is. We know who the enemy is. We talking about the enemy that's in Deuteronomy 28:68, the enemy in which we were sold to be slaves. That's the enemy we're referring to in this context. You understand? The black man is not your enemy. The Hispanic man is not your enemy. The Native American man is not your enemy. We're not enemies. We are a family. And we may have disputes and fights and so on and so on, but we're family. The enemy is the one that sold us into captivity, that bought us in our captivity to be bondmen and bondwomen. You understand what I'm saying? Who stole our language, stole our culture, who continue to shoot us down, gun us down, and hunt us down like Ahmaud Arbery. Those are enemies. You understand that? That's the enemy that we're referring to in this context. I don't know what the hell that Christian church is talking about. I pray the Christian church is burned down, or they go into foreclosure or something. You understand? And they turn into some homeless shelters or some rec centers for our young black sisters and brothers out here, man.
Or given to commanding General Yohana.
Most importantly, you know what I'm saying? Most importantly, given to Commander Yohana, who's a righteous man, who's raising up brothers and sisters out here to go out here in these gutters and these barrios, these reservations, and so forth and so on, to raise up our people. You understand? Righteously. You understand that? That's what they really need to do. You understand? Go ahead, Craig. You got something to say?
Yeah, absolutely. If I could, go back to that article in the head of the article. What it says again?
It says fentanyl-laced marijuana eyed in dozens of Connecticut overdoses.
Right.
Possibly the first confirmed case in U.S.
Yeah, man. Listen, and that's horrible, man. That's something we absolutely have to watch out for, man, because the devil's out there absolutely trying to kill us for all types of destruction. It be weed, marijuana, fentanyl, whores, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It's not just drugs. It's everything in this goddamn world. But if I could, real quick, let me get what is this? Isaiah chapter 8, start at 18. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 18. When you got to read it.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 18.
Right.
Behold, I and the children whom the Lord have given me are for signs and for wonders.
Right.
In Israel, from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 19. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits.
They have what?
Familiar spirits.
Right. So there's going to be people that might come against you. Remember, you the children of God, man. You the sons of the Most High, the daughters of the Most High. You the Yasha'Allah, Prince of the Power. So it says, and when they shall say unto you, seek who?
Them that have familiar spirits.
Right. Some people might tell you, listen, why don't you go to that sister with the tarot cards? You know what I'm saying? Talk to your ancestors. Let go talk to your great grandmother and let her set you straight. Let her do this. Or what else?
And unto wizards. That peep.
Listen, onto wizards that peep. That drug dealer that's in the corner. He looking at, are they gone? They knocking on the door. Knock 3 times if you need me. All right, what you need, brother? I got the fentanyl. I got the weed. I got this. I got that. That's a wizard. Don't forget, that's a wizard, man. Don't think of movies. Don't think of Harry Potter. Don't think of all those Jedi,
Gandalf,
Star Wars, with any goddamn movie, the
Willow.
Marvel universe, anything. What's that white man from the Marvel universe? Doctor Strange. Yeah, don't think it's something with the hands and you see power come out of it. That's not what a wizard is. The wizard is your boy Tony down the block with all the good stuff.
The work.
With the work, the opponent, you know, what they used to say back in the day, the white widow, you know what I'm saying? All that, the Kush,
The white
that's
rhino.
right? All that from back in the day. Guess what? That's the wizard that peeps. You know, you can't call him. You can't call him after 4. I'm at work. I'm not a wizard until after 4 p.m. And when you do call me, you gotta say you want a slice of pizza. You want me to bring over 2 pizzas and a Coke.
Right.
Right. When we get a pie, you have to go ahead, Israel.
Oh, talking about ecstasy. Let me get 2 Transformers.
Right.
Let
Listen.
me get an Optimus Prime and a Decepticon.
Yeah. So yeah, the FBI agent that's watching you is like, damn, this brother eat a lot.
He must like Transformers.
He must like that when you are talking to a wizard that's peeping around the corner to make sure things are clear. Keep going.
Constant. That mutter.
And that what?
Mutter.
And mother is that person who talks about you on the low. Like, I can't stand this brother. I can't stand. He always keep bothering me, man. He always try to play me and my weed. You know what? I'm gonna give him some fentanyl weed and see if he ever comes back. Knowing you about to die from your drug dealer.
Right.
You have an alt with a brother that in the goddamn world. You know why? Because you owe him too many goddamn times. And he's like, this nigga never pays me back. You know what? I got something for him the next time he show up. You gotta watch out for all these people. The Lord is telling you, it says, behold, and when they shall say unto you, what?
Seek unto them
Uh-huh.
that have familiar spirits.
Right.
And unto wizards that peep
Uh-huh.
and that mutter.
Right. Remember, it's telling you, beware when you see people like this. When they tell you to go seek people, a drug dealer, or someone that could, a familiar spirit, someone that could get you high as the goddamn kite to meet Jimi Hendrix, man. Someone that like that to go see your great ancestors or some goddamn mushrooms, something to get your mind off being oppressed. If someone's telling you to go seek these people, keep going.
So, if I may,
Uh-huh.
they don't love you.
Right. They don't.
Because this is the proof right here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Should not a people seek unto their God?
Right. It's letting you know, if someone's is telling you to go see these people, it says you should not a people seek unto their God. Should you not seek Yahweh, the Most High God, before you go to a familiar spirit or a wizard at peep or a murderer?
A drug dealer is going to make you
Right.
temporarily feel okay?
Right. You want to go to someone that does that, or you want to go to the God that made everybody, man?
Right.
The God that made heaven and earth. The God that made the so goddamn universes. We trying to look up to the goddamn sky to see past the Milky Way and all that out there. We out there trying to make space forces. You want to talk to that devil, or you want to talk to the Most High who made every goddamn thing, man? You want to talk to the professor and psychologist on the table? It's like, yeah, okay, no problem. Here's a prescription for this and that, and
What else?
get high as a kite and come back to me in 2 weeks and see how you feel. Or you could talk to or you could go see the men of the Lord and get laws, statutes, and commandments and really clean yourself up, man. Really clean yourself up. Keep going. What else does it say? Finish up.
For the living to the dead.
Right. For the living to the dead. Listen, it's from the living to the dead from the Most High. That's letting you know Most High knows absolutely everything.
Right.
From the living to the people who's dead. He knows about them. He knows about Moses. We don't know about Moses, but the Lord knows about Moses, right? He wrote about him. That guess what? We know about dead people. I don't need to go to a familiar spirit to know about Moses
Right.
or Isaiah
Right.
or Jacob
Right.
or Samuel. I know about the living. I know about Kawak. I know about Shalayah. I know about Shar and Paratazar. You know why? Because we all serve the Most High. When you serve the Most High, you're going to know about the living and the goddamn dead. And guess what they all going to tell you? Go serve the Most High.
Right.
Go serve the Lord, man.
It's all through the pages.
Right.
From Genesis to Revelation.
Right. And that's what the most important part. Or you could just go and take fentanyl and die. Or you go just go in a room and do adultery and die. Or you could just do that. But that's what I wanted to say. You can move on to the next article.
Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. Everything, of course, everything you're saying is heavy, man. You know what I mean? I pray that these words is reaching out to somebody, man. You understand what I'm saying? And listening to this material that brothers is bringing out. You understand what I'm saying? This is a crazy, oppressive society we live in, boy. You know what I'm saying? And all this, in order to get through it, you're gonna have to be truly grounded in this truth, man. You know what I mean? And if you're not in this truth, I highly suggest you get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that dead body in the trunk. Didn't a cop have a dead body in the trunk or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see what that's all about. Let's talk a little more on America's finest. You know what I'm saying? The people that protect and serve. Let's talk a little bit more about them.
This was a parent Hispanic man
That was in the back in the trunk.
that was the off-duty cop.
This is an Hispanic brother.
Constant working.
This is an Hispanic. This is a so-called Latino brother who's a police officer. Okay, who's a police officer, and he had a dead body in his trunk. Is that what it's saying?
Yep, it says off-duty police officer
Off-duty police officer.
put dead body
Uh-huh.
of a man he had run over in the back of his car before driving off.
So he ran over somebody, said, "Oh shit." Got out the car. You know how strong it is. You know how strong it is. You know how strong you got to be to pick up a dead man. You understand? Shit. I mean, picking up a baby will blow your back out if you do it wrong. He picking up picking up a dead man. You understand? And throwing him in your trunk. Let's read the article.
It says Luis Santiago eventually took victim's body back to scene of accident
Good
and
night.
called 911. An off-duty New Jersey police officer,
Where at?
New Jersey,
Our neighbors.
that's 15 minutes away,
Sure is. Go ahead.
allegedly struck and killed a pedestrian,
Mhm.
then took the victim's body home in the back of his car to discuss what he should do.
Right.
He
You learn
took
that from white
somebody.
people.
He took exactly. He took somebody's father, brother,
Grandfather,
son,
uncle.
friend. He put that body in his trunk, took it home. So he should. Was he discussing it with the dead body? I mean, he went home to discuss. To discuss him, you got to be talking to somebody, right?
Right.
Who was he talking to? He went home to discuss what he should do. Kwak, turn it on, brother.
Salakia, sir, if I may, this is disgusting.
Absolutely.
You know why it's disgusting? Because this brother. Brother, right here, he is from Newark, New
Let's check.
Jersey. Officer,
Touch mine.
right?
I'm trying to see what's going on.
Newark,
Yeah,
New
but
Jersey.
leave this one's on. Salaki, Kwak. Leave these mics on. Come on, go ahead. Yeah, you good. Go ahead, brother.
You got this brother, Luis Santiago.
Don't get in the view of the
from
camera.
Newark, New Jersey, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got the people in Newark going against Kawalka Ball,
Absolutely.
right? They
Turn his mic all the way
causing an
up.
outrage in Newark, New Jersey.
These mics, turn them all the way up.
The camp in Newark, New
The
Jersey.
water.
Because we trying to wake our brothers up
Right.
in Newark, New Jersey, when Newark, New Jersey residents need to be going uproar for this man right here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? The brothers and sisters in Newark, you know, of course, you know, big up Officer Kawalga Bar. Officer 5000 was over Newark, New Jersey. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, this happened in his city. Is that correct? Happened in Newark, New Jersey, right? You know what I'm saying? This is one of the many things that he has to face out there is disgusting, filthy police. You know what I'm saying? And of course, on top of the Muslims and Christians and atheists and all the rest of the garbage that surrounds that camp that he got rocking and rolling. You understand what I'm saying? But this is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? For many reasons. First of all, this is a police officer, right? Who's supposed to protect and serve. You understand what I'm saying? If he ran somebody over and he feels in his heart that he needs to pick this body up, throw in the truck and go, he must have been drunk, high, speeding. He must have been doing something he had no business doing if he just honestly didn't see the person and ran him over. You know what I'm saying? He decided to take that body, put it in the trunk, take it home to discuss what should I do. Let's keep reading.
An off-duty New Jersey police officer allegedly struck and killed a pedestrian and took the victim's body home in the back of his car to discuss what he should do. Newark officer Luis Santiago then returned to the scene of the accident with the dead man strapped into the back seat.
Whoa. He put the man in the back seat and buckled him up. Put his seatbelt on. I guess so he wouldn't hurt himself.
Right.
God damn. He took the dead body. Did you hear that? What's the word? Sat him up.
In the seat. You know, feet inside, not hanging out the door so they don't get hit. And put the seatbelt on.
Put the seatbelt on. What was that movie back in the day? With Bernie? What was it Bernie? Bernie what?
My Weekend at Bernie's?
My Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
He done took the dead body. You hear this? He done took the dead body, threw him in the backseat, propped him up, and put a seatbelt on. Instead of strapped, what was the word? Strapped them in?
The word was strapped into the back.
Damn. You got to be one nasty nigga to do something like that, boy. This is a Latino. This is a Latino brother we talking about. Do they give his name?
The deceased?
No, the cop.
Luis Santiago.
You know, that sound Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So lock it to my seminary brother. I'm not saying he was. But Luis Santiago? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Damn, Luis. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Took the dead body, strapped him in. Okay. And what happened after he strapped his dead body in so the dead body won't hurt itself? Go ahead. What happened?
And alerted authorities.
He called it in. So he took the dead body home, God knows how long, to discuss what should I do. So he went back to the scene of the crime after he strapped this dead man in.
Making sure it's okay.
Making sure it's safe. We gotta make sure he's safe now. Strap him in, pull him out, maybe threw him back on the ground, and then called the authorities that done ran him over. Please keep going with this story.
The officer allegedly hit 29-year-old nurse Damian Daimka as he walked on the hard shoulder of the Garden State Parkway in the early hours of November 1st. Investigators say that neither Officer Santiago or his passenger, Albert Guzman, called 911 or gave aid to Mr. Dickma after he was struck. So we now know who he discussed it with.
So, okay, he discussed it with his partner, obviously, or so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It seems to be that way. They must have been in that patrol car or in their whatever, or in their off-duty cars or whatever it was. They had to be doing something they had no business doing. Because if you honestly and innocently ran somebody over because you didn't see them or something happened, then you're going to stop. And these are police officers. In their mind, they should say, oh, man, let's get out. Let's apply CPR. Call backup. They should know people by their first names. Call Kelly and Stewart and then to get the ambulance. Their first priority should be the care of that person they ran over.
It gets better, sir.
Huh?
It gets better.
Oh, God, there's more to this story.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep going.
The men are accused of returning to the scene of the accident multiple times before putting Daimka in the Honda Accord and driving back home, where Mr. Santiago discussed what to do with his mother.
Oh, good old mama.
And Albert Guzman.
Good old mama.
Officer Santiago then returned to the scene with his father, check it out, who is a Newark police lieutenant.
Damn. So his pops is a lieutenant. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family right here. Do you hear this? Listen, that's absolutely disgusting and terrible. What's worse is that this is a Latino brother.
Right.
That's even worse. John 8 and 44, please. And we're going to close out on this. John 8 and 44. This is terrible what this Hispanic man did. It's terrible that he ran over this person, took the body home numerous times, came back to the scene, discussed it with his mother, discussed it with his father, discussed it with his buddy, brought the man back. And this is disgusting and terrible. But he's influenced by white society. He's influenced by this oppressor heavily. He is heavily influenced by this oppressor. And how do we know? We can tell by his actions on what he did, how he did it. You can tell his father's influenced by this society. You understand? Let me get John 8:44.
John chapter 8, verse 44.
Uh-huh.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
And that's why he's a police officer, because he's of his father, the devil. You understand? That's why he thought he can get away with running over somebody, dumping them in your trunk, taking them home, strapping them in the back of your back seat and all of that garbage. Take it back again. Discuss it with your mother. Discuss it with your father. Have a council, a meeting, a vote, and a discussion, and then bring it back again. I mean, damn. That's something. Let me ask y'all a question and be honest. If we told this story or read this story and we did not put a race to it, what race would you think it is? You would think that's a white man doing that. But it's not. It's a Latino brother. But what is he doing? A white man's job. He's doing a slave patroller job. You understand? He's doing a taskmaster's job. You understand? Because he's heavily influenced by his father, the devil. Go ahead.
And the lust of your father
Uh-huh.
ye will do.
Yeah, the lust of his father's deep embedded in him because he's a cop. You understand? Because he's a stinking, disgusting, filthy, corrupt cop. How do we know he's corrupt? Because what the hell we just read about him. Keep going.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Say it again.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He had that murderous spirit already in him. You understand what I'm saying? He really got the white man's vaccine, and it wasn't nothing injected in his arm. It was what it was indoctrinated in his brain. You know what I'm saying? It was indoctrinated in his brain is when he became a murderer.
That way he willfully accepted.
Yeah, he willfully accepted. It wasn't Moderna. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Pfizer.
Johnson and
It
Johnson.
wasn't Johnson and Johnson. No, it wasn't that. It was Caesar Borgia. That's way more powerful. Way more powerful.
It wasn't the 5G
Yeah.
towers.
It wasn't I forgot about that. It
Or the
wasn't
microchips.
the 5G towers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. You understand? It was this white man's doctrination that he ingested.
Right?
You understand what I'm saying? And that he kept ingesting like a protein shake. You understand? Keep going.
And abode not in the truth.
Oh no, he's not nowhere in that truth. He don't live in the truth at all. You know how he doesn't live in that truth? Because when he hit that person, he should have stopped immediately and got help for that person immediately. Now they call us some wild radical niggas on the street corners. If we run a white person over, we'll stop and get help. We'll stop and get help. We're not gonna pick the white man. We don't even want to touch him. We're gonna pick up a dead white man, throw him in the back seat, strap him in, and bring him to Kawak's house. I ain't gonna say Kawak, he might know what to do with it. Bring him to Karav's crib. They'll say Kawak like, no problem. I know somebody want to buy one of these niggas.
Discuss it, right? You're gonna need some bleach.
I know somebody
ammonia,
want to buy a white man right now.
right?
They'll say,
You need to burn
One
the car,
side crack.
destroy the evidence.
Kawak gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? No, if I take her to Karav's house, Karak gonna be, what the hell are you doing bringing this white man to my house?
We need saran wrap.
Yeah, come on.
Right?
Yeah, car, you know what I'm saying?
Report
He-
your car stolen.
he ready to go. He know what to Kawak know what to do. But even us so-called radical, disgusting niggas out on the streets that the society calls us, we wouldn't even do no garbage. We were not gonna do no garbage like this because we're professional men. and trained men and men of the Lord, and we have no fear. Yeah, I ran him over. I did it by accident. What's the next step? Not him. You know what I'm saying? Not him.
No care for human life whatsoever.
Right. And he has a job where he should have care for human life.
Right.
So he's willing to run this man over and put him in his back trunk. He's willing to beat your black ass. You understand?
He could have survived possibly if they would have just left him there, not moved the body,
Never
called
know.
911, you know?
Never know. But there's no truth in him at all.
Right.
You understand? What he's doing is of the lust of his father, the devil. You understand? We got more on that?
Because there is no truth in him.
Uh-huh.
When he speak a lie,
When he speak a lie, go ahead.
he speaketh of his own.
Uh-huh.
For he is a liar and the father of it.
And did you hear that? He's a liar and the father of a liar. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, we have to separate from the society
Right.
spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We got to separate from the society. You understand what I'm saying? We read a few articles. We have about 9 more to go. But for time's sake, we're going to end it right here, man. Black man, black woman, and child, separate from filthy society, man.
Right.
You understand? Karab, you got anything you want us to add, brother, real quick?
Not just really that your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. But other than that, it's just letting you know that your oppressors do anything to kill you. You know what I'm saying? He'll have your son kill you. You know what I'm saying? Don't just think police officers. Think everything else in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not your brother. Just remember, this battle we're doing is not carnal. It's spiritual. So guess what time of the year we in? We in a year of Christmas and love. We just finished celebrating Thanksgiving because I know we was out there doing it. I seen it. I'm at a slavery where I seen everybody say they God-fearing people and they buying turkeys and Christmas cards and Christmas shopping and Black Friday shopping, not knowing that you're just like your father, the devil, man. But the important thing is we need to stop following this oppressor because you see what he's doing. He's killing you and he's lurking to kill you and not even owning up to it. Back in the day, they will own up to it, take pictures of it. They'll send postcards and a goddamn ship there on a piece of the shirt. Look, I got a shirt from the lynching. Now they scared to say they hit a nigga on the street. They trying to cover it up and do whatever. We need to get ourselves together quick, man, and fast. But that's it.
If I may, sir.
Please.
El hombre blanco es un diablo de Santa Biblia.
And there you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You know what I'm saying? From one of my strong Asherite brothers, man, holding it down strong. Bigger to my man, Karab, you know what I'm saying, in the house. Bigger to my man, Ashargapun, Kawak, Paratazai. We're the Israelite School of UPK representing under Commander Junior Hana. We're here to do this until Christ's return. This is Let It Be Known. Lord allow, we'll see you next week. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Son of Christ.